Let's talk about a surprising trend in France: the rise of private schools that aren't officially recognized by the government. Believe it or not, setting up one of these schools is way easier than you might think. Sometimes, all it takes is a few basic steps and you're good to go. This has led to a boom in their numbers, raising some eyebrows about what's really going on behind the scenes. Some of these schools operate with questionable practices, from shaky curriculums to unclear management. It's a growing issue that affects families, students, and the whole education system. Let's talk about how these schools reel people in. First up, they use catchy names that sound impressive, like International Business Academy or Elite Management Institute. Then come the flashy events. Think open houses with free goodies, slick presentations, and lots of hype. They promise diplomas and perks that seem amazing at first glance, but often don't hold much value in the real world. It's all about creating an image that looks legit, even if what's underneath doesn't quite match up. Let's clear up the difference between official degrees and those private or unrecognized titles you might see floating around. Official degrees like the license, master, and doctorate are backed by the government and follow strict standards. That means employers and universities know exactly what these qualifications represent. On the other hand, titles like certain bachelors or non-certified masters aren't officially recognized, so their value can vary a lot. If you're thinking about your future, it's worth checking whether your diploma is officially certified or just a fancy name. Let's talk about the confusion some schools create around diploma recognition. Sometimes, institutions use fancy names or claim their programs are officially recognized, but the reality can be a bit murky. For students, this uncertainty can lead to big headaches when they try to continue their studies or apply for jobs in the public sector. If a diploma isn't properly recognized, doors might close and opportunities could slip away. It's important to know exactly what your qualification means, so you don't get caught off guard later on. Let's take a closer look at how these so-called fake schools make money. They tap into the apprenticeship system, where students split their time between classes and working in companies. The trick? These schools sign up as many students as possible because public funds, channeled through organizations called OPCO, cover a big chunk of the tuition. Instead of focusing on quality education, their main goal is to maximize enrollment and pocket the subsidies. It's a clever way to turn public money into private profit, all while flying under the radar. Let's talk about the tricks companies use to get young people and their parents on board. First up, influencers, those social media stars who make everything look cool and easy. Then there are flashy contests, promising big prizes just for signing up or sharing a post. Add in aggressive marketing campaigns that pop up everywhere, and suddenly, it feels like you can't escape their message. And sometimes, they throw out promises that sound almost too good to be true, making it hard to tell what's real and what's just hype. Let's talk about how these changes shake up the world of business schools and work-study programs. When more people jump into alternance, it can boost its value, making it a popular path for gaining real-world experience. But if schools start lowering their standards just to attract more students, some employers might question the quality of graduates. This shift can also affect how business schools are viewed, with some losing their prestige if they don't keep up high expectations. In the end, it's all about finding the right balance between accessibility and maintaining solid educational quality. Let's clear up the difference between legit business schools and those that are, well, a bit questionable. The real heavyweights, like HEC Paris, ESSEC, ESCP, and EM Lyon, are recognized for their rigorous programs and strong reputations. Graduates from these schools usually have a solid edge in the job market, thanks to their networks and the value employers place on their diplomas. On the flip side, some lesser-known institutions might promise big things, but don't deliver the same credibility or opportunities. So, when choosing a business school, it's worth checking if it's officially recognized and respected in the industry. Let's clear up a common misconception. Not all private schools or bachelor programs are the same. While some might get a bad rap, there are actually plenty of private institutions that offer solid opportunities, especially in certain fields. For example, creative industries, tech, or specialized business programs can be a great fit for students who want hands-on experience or a unique curriculum. It's all about matching your goals and interests with the right program, rather than writing off private education altogether. Let's talk about how to spot a sketchy school and avoid getting scammed. First, check if the school's diplomas are officially recognized. Don't just take their word for it. Look up government or industry lists. Watch out for vague promises, flashy ads, or pressure to enroll quickly. If something feels off, dig deeper. Read reviews, ask current students, and check for transparent contact info. A legit school should be open about its credentials and happy to answer your questions. If you're curious about a school and want the real scoop, start by checking out LinkedIn. You can see where graduates end up working, which gives you a sense of the school's reputation in the job market. Don't hesitate to reach out to former students. They're usually happy to share their experiences and answer your questions. Looking at alumni career paths can help you figure out if the school's programs actually lead to the opportunities you're after. It's all about getting a clear, honest picture before making your decision. Let's break down what's really going on here. First, the educational landscape is getting pretty messy, with so many options that it's hard to know what's legit. This confusion leads to people losing trust in universities and colleges. Are they actually worth it anymore? And on top of that, there's a ton of public money being spent, but it's not always clear if it's making a difference. Altogether, these issues make it tough for students and families to feel confident about their choices. Let's not forget, there are some solid alternatives out there if the classic university route isn't your thing. Admissions parallels, or parallel admissions, let you join top programs through different entry points. There are also plenty of well-respected grandes écoles that offer unique paths to success. The key is to do your homework. Make sure you really understand what each option involves before you dive in. Being well-informed can make all the difference in finding the path that fits you best. Let's talk about what happens if you pick the wrong path when it comes to your studies or career. Making a poor choice can hit your wallet pretty hard. Think tuition fees, extra courses, or even switching schools. It's not just about money, though. You could lose valuable time, which means delaying your entry into the workforce or missing out on opportunities. And in the long run, it might affect your career, making it harder to land the job you really want. So, it's worth taking a moment to think things through before making a big decision. Let's take a step back and talk about the university experience. We're often sold a dream. Study hard, get your degree, and the job offers will roll in. But once you're out there, reality hits differently. The job market isn't always as welcoming as promised, and sometimes the skills you picked up in class don't match what employers are actually looking for. It's a bit of a wake-up call, and it leaves many wondering if the dream was ever real in the first place. Let's talk about school inflation, the diploma race, and the social pressure facing today's generation. Basically, more and more people are getting degrees, which makes them less special than before. This pushes students to aim for higher qualifications just to stand out, creating a sort of academic arms race. On top of that, there's a lot of pressure from society, parents, and even peers to succeed academically, which can feel pretty overwhelming. It's not just about learning anymore, it's about keeping up with everyone else.